you good men of Lancashire. And you will remember my words till your dying day. Yea, they will be pondered upon by your sons and the sons of your sons until the last star gutters from the sky. They will ponder my words until they gibber in madness, and remember unto their unhallowed graves the curse I now lay upon the Stuarts. McIntyre Stuart! Upon Walpurgis night, but 2 years past, you swore your soul unto the covenant with my lord Satan, whereby he has granted you riches and power a royal monarch might covet. Yet you have most vilely forsworn your own blood oath and foully betrayed your comrades of the coven. You it was who led 2 of our brethren to buy freedom with our betrayal. Those who followed you were foolish and weak, worth no more than our contempt. It is you who will be held to account for your denial of us and of our covenant. Be it known to you, McIntyre Stuart, and to those of your blood throughout eternity, the mark of my lord Satan will be with you always. There is no inch nor ell on all the earth where you can flee our vengeance. You stand forever accursed, McIntyre Stuart. You and all you may beget, from Kingland's courtyard to the very gates of hell.
Black lucky hammerhead, rowan tree and red thread, put the demons to their speed, lest my mother find me dead. The woman spoke of darkness wherever she would go. She asked him sweetly, follow her. There went my foolish brother to where she kept the violet swans, enchanting them through song. She sprinkled them with milk and seed. They'd fly, then fall as feathers. She took the feathers in her hand, with leisure rubbed the down together, closed her eyes, then let them drift into an urn of fire. My brother stood there eagerly and watched her pour the wine. An old hag told him secretly it would bring eternal pleasure. Together they did drink. He kissed her as the flames were calling. The sea ran back, the earth did tremble. My brother, no more a man. Black luggy hammerhead, rowan tree and red thread, put the demons to their speed, lest my mother find me dead.
Wow, man, if the chicks are gonna have a book drive, they ought to be big enough to push the barrels.
Come on, you guys. We need those books.
Way they're going, we'll have 18 guys at the convention. The Diary of a Witch. The Exorcism of Witches. The Truth About Witchcraft. Hey, Ellen, that's funny. You don't look like a witch. Are you on some kind of a Halloween trip in March?
Oh, yeah, it's a real trip, all right. You know Max Stewart.
You're a psychology prof. Well, sure, he's faculty sponsor of our book fair.
He's got us all involved with this stuff. Ouija boards, tarot cards, witches, graphology, the whole bit.
What for?
Well, we're studying the psychology of superstition this term. You know, way back to the pagans and how they worshipped fire and water and how it grew into various kinds of belief in magic. You know, you'd be amazed how many people believe in it now. Anyway, it's an interesting subject.
It sounds great. What do you do?
Well, outside of classes sort of turned into a half party, half seminar once a week. For kicks mostly, but we do learn a few things. We're meeting up at Mac's place tonight. Well, better do my homework and see what's new in the witch world. Ricky, is Jill still here?
Yeah, I think she's in the back room sorting books. Hey, is this thing open to anyone? Can I come?
Sure, I don't think Mac would mind. About 8 o'clock. Mac furnishes beer, but if you want hard stuff, you'll have to bring your own.
How about that? A spook seminar.
Oh, hi, fellas. Thanks a lot.
Come on, Jill. You don't have to drag barrels around, too.
That's pretty good timing.
As usual. Whenever you need a strong, handsome, muscular yo-yo to do the heavy work.
Oh, silly. Oh, gee, what a deal we've gotten ourselves into. I never knew there were so many books.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh, everyone's been just terrific. We've got so many books now we don't know what to do, and there's a truck out now making even more pickups at the fraternity houses.
Oh, looks like you got it made for the convention.
We might be able to send a couple of alternates.
Max said to come on up about 8. You want me to pick you up here or at home?
Oh, just look at this mess, Alan. We won't be finished here till who knows when. Honestly, I never knew books were so dirty.
Uh-huh. You been reading a few?
Oh, come on, you idiot.
Why don't you sort this stuff out when you get to the hall? It seems like a lot of trouble this way.
Oh, not really, actually. It's much easier this way. We can't get into the hall until a day before the book fair, and this way we can just move it all over and set it up in no time.
Well, what's the plan for tonight?
I'll tell you what. Let me meet you up there. I can get there about 8:30, 9 at the latest.
Okay. See you later.
Hey, Jill, you want to read them, you buy them. Right now, let's get with it or we'll never get out of here.
Okay, I'll buy it.
To an experienced and gifted palmist, it's obvious that you're a warm, sensitive, but somewhat flighty young woman, with much to offer a man who masters you firmly. Now, this line here, this means you're going to be married 5 times and have 8 children.
Oh, now, there might be something to it, Howard. Come on, let me do yours. Quit moving it. I'm not moving it.
Somebody is. If you are Sagittarius, you're probably going to go bald. It's a fire sign, and it's guaranteed to burn your hair off. Alan, hi. Come on in and join the party.
Hi. How are you?
Excuse me.
Mac, you know, I thought you were putting us on when you first brought this up, but there really is a big thing about witchcraft.
Find something interesting?
Are you kidding? There are volumes of this stuff at the bookstore. I haven't even made it over to the library yet. Here's what I picked up this afternoon.
Let's see. I should have mentioned Anderson to you right away.
Oh? Is he any good?
Very. I worked on a project with him at Duke several years ago. Last I heard, he got a research grant to look into the Stonehenge thing.
How about this one?
Well, I suppose you ought to read that. Just for kicks, though. It's pure junk. I haven't read this yet. It's fascinating. Now, the literature on exorcism is enormous. In everything that I have read, the thing that gets to me is that those who cast out witches suffer terribly themselves. You wouldn't believe they're supposed to be the good guys.
Go ahead, read it. I've got plenty to keep me busy for a while.
Come on, let's get a beer.
I see a dark-haired man who means trouble for you in the near future. In fact, he could change your whole life. For the worse. His name seems to start with P.
Dean Pritchard. Oh, you bet your sweet you know what he means trouble for me. Wait till he gets a look at my midterm grades. But you don't need the cards to tell that. Come on, Mary Beth. Get to the good part. What about sex? And will I get married before the dean bounces me? And you know, what did they say? Do you see romance in my life?
Hey, cut it out.
I like my chicks dumb, baby, but you really are something else. I mean, if you want romance in your life, you don't have to ask her. Let's just split and head for the Grove. I'll show you all the romance you can use, if that's what you want to call it.
Oh, Harry, can't you ever think of anything else?
Hey, you're late.
Where's Mac?
Hiya, baby. Hey, it sure wouldn't have been a party without you.
Hi, Sam. Mac, wait till you see what I've got. Listen, we can have our own black magic sort of thing. Honestly, I've got it all right here.
Let me see.
Oh, no, just call the class order professor and you can be surprised with everybody else.
Harry, lend us your resounding baritone, will you? Call this gang to attention for a minute.
Oh, sure, Mac. Now hear this, you guys. Hey, shut up. Mac wants to say something.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of our circle of adepts has brought us something which he feels is of overpowering interest to serious students of the Black Arts. Miss Jill Littleton.
Well, it's a magic book. I mean, a book full of real magic, with spells and curses and enchantments. Only they call it enchantments. Well, they spell it funny, you know, like Chaucer. Well, it's even got recipes with spiders and toads and fat's blood. But it's all real. It's all written out in this spooky old script. It must be 1,000 years old. Let me see.
What is it?
Boy, it sure smells funny. It's old, all right.
A measure of powdered aconite, grinded with the ashes of 3 toads and a newt.
What's a newt?
Mac, is this thing for real? It certainly seems to be.
That's really interesting.
Wow. Wait, but you haven't heard the best part yet. There's even a spell we can do. I mean, we can work it ourselves tonight.
Oh, great.
Right now.
Really?
Of course, there's some things here I never heard of, like belladonna, and aconite, powdered batswing. Wait, but this one, look. Enchantment for the summoning forth of witches. Oh. Isn't it fabulous? Yeah. Well, shall we try? Well, it doesn't seem to take very much. 7 candles, a sprig of rosemary. Do you have some, Mac? I suppose we could use a powdered kind. Only how much powder makes a sprig? Cup of wine. Now, how about it? Who's ready to summon a witch?
Hey, you know, if this thing works, I get first dibs on her. This school could use some new talent.
Oh, Harry, that's terrible.
Hey, can we use that table over there?
Sure. Come on, Sam. Come on, outside. That's good.
Hey, Mac. Witches don't go for crucifixes. Can you do something with that?
Alan, put this cross in my desk, will you?
Okay, everybody. I'm going to read the invocation and then the rune. The witch's rune, that's some kind of a poem. Well, when I get to that part, pass the cup around counterclockwise. Like that.
Hey, that means my way. Hand it over, Ricky.
Oh, come on, Harry. We've got to take this seriously or it's not going to work. Okay, everybody, we ready? Mm-hmm. Harry. Hear ye, mighty one. O great mother, high priestess of the devil, called among men since time immemorial. Artemis, Diana, Arianrab, names that were death uttered with mortal lips. Hearken, hearken to us, your children, and manifest to us your awesome presence. East and west and south and north, hearken to our earthly cry. Though thou sleeps, thou never dies. Rend thy veil and show thee forth. With this cup we seal our vow. None without this circle goes. Take our pledge. Come to us now. From the farthest pit in hell, thou awaited long this hour. Summon forth thy priestess powers. Source of mysteries, speak and tell.
Well, don't say it hasn't been fun, kids. But I really don't think she's coming.
Maybe we did something wrong.
Maybe powdered rosemary won't work.
No, but it sure makes the wine taste funny.
Hey, turn on the light, somebody. I'm ready for another beer.
Don't take it so hard, honey. It's just for kicks and everyone had fun. Come on, cheer up.
O Queen of the Night, O High Priestess of the Mysteries, accept this small libation from your unworthy servant.
Jill, what's the matter? Are you all right?
Hey, Jill, come look at this a minute.
What do you suppose this means, Jill? It says you must put in a theme on the altar for consecration rites of priestesses.
It's a ritual knife. All witches carry them. McIntyre.
How did you know that? I shortened the name, but all the men in my family have been called McIntyre for generations. How'd you know?
Oh, yeah, too much.
Hey, did you guys see that effigy bit in the book? You know, pins in the wax figures? Hey, couldn't you darling loves just make one teeny little effigy of the dean and get me off the hook exam week?
Hey, did you see what Mary Beth was doing under the table during the seance?
Oh, Harry, that wasn't Mary Beth. Oh, Harry, you nut! Could you help me get this ice out? Oh.
Hey, baby. You're the sexiest witch caller I know. How about, let's get out of here and, put the top down and go witch hunting.
Impudent blackwit. Pandering, despicable wretch.
Come on, honey. Don't think you blew it just because some genie didn't come out of a bottle. The Red Book is something. I'd like to spend some time studying it. Where do you suppose it came from?
Appin. It's the Red Book of Appin.
What?
Never mind. Is this my home?
Oh, come off it, Jill. Cut it out. Is this my home? Stop faking around being mysterious. You know where we are.
Thank you.
Hey, look. What's gotten into you? Can I come in?
What?
Okay.
Okay, just forget it. I'll pick you up tomorrow.
Sam, come on in. Stay out, you dumb dog. Jill, what on earth are you doing here?
What on earth? We must talk.
Talk now? It's after midnight. Where's Alan?
Oh, no matter. It's you I want.
Me? Look, Jill, if there's something you want to talk to me about, it can wait.
One acquires an almighty thirst in 321 years, McIntyre Stewart. Or has it been 322?
I think that's about enough, young lady.
I have spent 3 centuries in hell waiting to meet you again. We have much to do, you and I, and we will begin at once.
What's got into you, Jill?
Surely you realize I'm not Jill. I am Margery of Jordomain, born 1618, died by the rope 1648.
Okay. Not a bad performance.
I should think a Stewart of Inverham, even as remote of the line as you, should know of our kinship at a glance. Or have you lost your powers so soon?
All right, very good. Now run along and tell the kids that it worked. I'm really spooked. Unfortunately, I am also very tired.
Where's your dog?
Sam in the yard.
He's dead.
Dead.
Quite. In the garden.
Sam, come on in.
Near the roses.
What the hell's going on here? He's dead. Who did it?
He annoyed me.
He annoyed you.
Take care, McIntyre. I become annoyed easily. Now you will sit and you will listen. My liege lord, James I of England, saw fit to have me hanged as a witch. Like it or not, McIntyre Stewart, you have summoned a witch. Ah, served me so well, the Red Book. I have an important mission to fulfill in my days on Earth, and you will help me.
Why should I help you?
You have no choice.
I can call the police.
You can do what I wish done and no more. I am, as you see, an innocent young female student. I am also, whether you are prepared to believe it or not, a high priestess of the old religion, or the craft, or whatever you choose to call it.
I choose to call it a lot of nonsense. And I choose to tell you to get out of here. Now, I don't know what it is you're on, but I am not going to stand for it.
There is another reason why you are powerless to refuse me. You're one of us. It's our witch mark.
It's a birthmark. I've had it all my life.
It's more like a devil's kiss, McIntyre. All your forebears had it, as did mine.
Who are you?
Margery of Jordomain.
And Jill. What have you done with Jill?
Oh, your Jill is quite well for the present. I need her body only for a short while.
How long?
That depends on you. I need your help.
What do you want me to do?
Just teach me. You live in a strange world, McIntyre. I have need to know my way about it. To begin with, what is that?
It's called a telephone. It's used to talk to people who aren't here.
The world has much magic, McIntyre. Had you and I a lamp like this, our coven would have ruled the world. And we would have been high priest and priestess.
I'm exhausted. I'm gonna make some coffee.
Oh, very well. You explain this to me. This coffee, what is it used for?
This is coffee. It's a drink. The first coffee house opened in London some 4 years after you departed the scene. This is called a percolator. We put the coffee in here.
It was a new day morning. I was shopping around. Something told me then that I was in another land. That I was in another land. But even still I went to a place I didn't understand. In that nowhere space, I met a little girl named Sam. I met a little girl named Sam. There was another time and a different place with another race and a different face. But I knew her. Yes, I knew her. Yes, I knew her.
Hey, come on, baby, don't be mad.
I didn't get my beauty rest.
Hey, but wasn't that flick worth it? It was good, wasn't it?
Listen, has anyone seen Jill?
I haven't seen her since last night.
Maybe she overslept.
Man, I sure don't groove with these 8 o'clock classes. Even Mac's class is a drag this early.
Yeah, the professor must think so too. He's usually here before now.
Yeah, it's 10 after. Come on, let's cut out. Looks like Mac isn't gonna get here today.
Yeah. What are we gonna do with our free time?
First time I ever heard of Mac giving a walk.
Hey, Sharon, how about some help with my anatomy homework?
Come on, Joe, how about coffee?
Hey, I think I'll have just about enough time to wash my hair before lab.
It's Alan. What do you want me to do?
Let him in, of course. I need him, too. Someone has to show me about. Let him in and tell him the truth, or as much of it as you dare.
Mac, what's going on? Look, are you sick? Jill, I've been looking all...
What the hell is this?
Alan, it's even worse than you think. Alan, this is not Jill. Now, I know it looks like her, but not if you look closely. It's Jill's body, but Jill is not inside. Alan, hard as this is to believe, the game last night was real. We summoned forth a witch. And she came.
Oh, that's just beautiful, Professor.
Alan. Now, let us begin. I think I understand it now. I walk from here to here, turn at this building, and enter the science building through this door. And this is my full class schedule for the week. Even my second sight failed to tell me I would one day be a student in a college. And in the New World at that.
Let's take another break. For scotch on the rocks. You've had your coffee lesson already.
I will be leaving you, my good gentleman, for a while. I expect, of course, to remain where you are until my return. And as you have concern for your Jill, you will not cross me in my absence.
She's halfway down the block. We've got a few minutes anyway.
Mac, what are we gonna do?
I don't know yet.
How could a thing like this happen?
The book. The red book. I knew Jill was helping out at the bookstore yesterday. So I put it where I knew she would find it.
But why?
What I thought was a simple little experiment to prove a point. You see, the power of suggestion is a major factor in the psychology of any superstition. So I thought, by introducing something which at least seemed authentic, I could demonstrate the point to all of you. And it worked. You'll admit that for a few minutes during the ritual, all of you felt something. A what if it could be true feeling. Needless to say, I never expected anything would happen.
But where did the book come from?
It's been in my family for years. I never believed any of it. But the fact is, something did happen. And I'm responsible for it. And somehow I've got to fix it.
We've got to fix it, Mac. I'm in it now, too. She's got us both over a barrel.
It looks that way.
Somewhere, somehow, she's got Jill. I don't know how to put it. But as long as Jill's body is alive, we've got to get her back. What does she want, anyway?
I don't know yet, but whatever it is, we've got to stop it.
But how? We don't dare touch this thing. We can't hurt Jill. Mac, can't we get help or tell someone?
No. Who would believe us? Ellen, there's more. According to her, the witch, she feels that she knew me before. In fact, she claims I am one of them. One of the witches. A member of her old coven.
But that's ridiculous. How could she say that?
I have a mark. What she called the witch mark.
Mac, that's a birthmark.
She has an identical mark. If she's right, it may be our best chance.
What do you mean?
If I do have any power, even watered down by several centuries, if I could tap into that power again.
Well, it's up to us, Mac. Up to you, I guess. But between us, we should be able to find some kind of, what do you call it? Counterspell, potion, white magic. Just tell me where to look and I'll start right now.
We start with this book. The answer has to be in here. Somewhere in here.
Blessed be. Yod he, Lord he, blessed be. O ancient ones, come forth at my command. Comfort your sister in her torment on earth. Lend her your art and your strength. My brothers and sisters of the covenant, hear me now. Now will I call forth my coven, those 10 remaining steadfast in our vows. Now will I pursue our vengeance against he who betrayed us unto shameful death. One by one, my bloodkin of the coven, manifest your presence. In your witch names is magic enough to rule this world. Our art hearts will triumph when these men will molder and rot in their forgotten graves. We are immortal, and we alone. And I, thou priestess, will complete our strength. 3 lived, saw 10 of us dance upon the gallows, broke the chain, the circle of our coven. The circle I will complete. We will again be 13. Through death, 2 will join us. And one of our own of long ago will again be with us. I have returned. And you too will rejoice again to work your will upon this earth. The 3 members yet we lack, the 3 I shall bring. Respond to me, my brothers, sisters. Make known your presence to me. Mahonin of the 3rd hierarchy, the 2nd order of archangels, return thee unto the earth. Dagon, my prince, come forth. I long to see you again. Belphegor and Kaladeth, lend your presence to our circle here. Asmodeus, Alcanex, Arphaxad. We need your powers now. Leviathan. Aladonus, my love! Come forth. I have wrenched open the gateway back to earth. Pour into the entry, lest it close again. The 3 members yet we lack. 3 I shall bring unto you. Satan, Satan, my love! Oh, Sabat now begs your presence.
Sorry I'm late. I wanted to make sure I could get away without her guessing anything. Mac, what is this thing trying to do?
I don't know. But we're taking the only way I know to try and find an answer. The Red Book is incomplete. Some of the pages have deteriorated. I haven't been able to find anything in it yet that we can use. But men were concerned with witchcraft for centuries. One of them must have written some of the information that we need.
Books. Right now, we don't even know the purpose. We don't know why she's taking over Jill's body. We don't even know where Jill really is.
No, but we're trying to learn. And we have more help on the way. I ordered some books from Cornell. It's one of the greatest collections on witchcraft in the world.
Damn it, Mac, you're not writing a thesis. There's a human being at stake. My girl. We can't just sit around and read.
Right, Alan, but if you have a better solution, then come up with it. I don't know any other way to try and save her.
Well, what about what she said? Are you one of them?
Hi. I missed you when you slept in. What'll you have?
A draft. Mac.
Yes, please.
You didn't answer me. Are you?
I believed her, but I'm not sure. It's also fantastic.
How can you believe and not know? Are you or aren't you?
Please listen and try to understand. I have never in my life experienced any supernatural powers, never even won a bingo game. But if it is true that there is a heritage of witchcraft in my family, I have never known of it, never been told of it.
Then what do you mean when you say you believed it?
Because it rang true to me when she said it. It was as if I had known.
But if it doesn't work for you, I mean, if you don't know how to work it, it's not much use, is it?
That's what I'm looking for, Alan.
Yeah. While half the librarians in the country send you material, you commune with your soul and try to decide if you're a witch, warlock, demon, whatever you call it.
A McIntyre Stewart saw that woman hanged more than 300 years ago. I know that.
And what does that make you?
I hope it makes me what she thinks I am. A witch.
Meanwhile, I take her to classes, walk her around campus, and keep everyone from suspecting there's anything wrong, and then what?
I don't know, and then what? Or how much time we have until then. Meanwhile, she wants to pass as Jew, and I have to get back to these books.
Okay. I have to go now anyway. Listen, if you don't hear from Cornell tomorrow, you call them. Tell them you're writing a paper on exorcism and it's urgent.
Jill? Jill? Jill?
McIntyre,
Jill?
I had expected you before now.
I want to talk to you alone. Alan and I have done everything we can to cover up whatever it is you're trying to do. But it's time to know what.
Perhaps, McIntyre. Perhaps I'm not trying to do anything. Have you considered I may have an insatiable desire for my first demon lover? I knew you would come for me. You always did, and you always will. There's no need for us to wait. Our vows were plighted long ago. No love or passion can match the wildfire we made. I have hungered for you, McIntyre. Through 3 centuries of hell, we were once one. Within this body is mine, waiting to meet yours once again.
Finish it and go, Margery. Let me go.
Yes, I think we have that. Alan, don't we have a Hendricks on witchcraft?
Yes, I think so.
Young lady, my wife gave you my only copy of Fowler's Modern English Usage, and I wonder if you'd look for it. I'd like to buy it back, please.
I haven't seen it, but I'll... Would you excuse me, sir?
Yes.
Alan, see if you can help, Dr. Quimby.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
Don't you really have all the Snoopy books, Harry? I'd even buy you Red Baron if you trade me for Good Grief Charlie Brown.
How would you like a good, used copy of Fanny Hill?
Sharon, could you help Alan out at my counter for a few minutes? I've got to take a break.
Oh, sure, Jill. I'll see you in a little while.
Okay.
Buy me a Coke.
Oh, sure.
Harry, do you know that you and I are a lot alike?
Really, Jill? How's that?
Well, we both know what we want. Well, I mean, some people don't. Well, some people don't. You know what I mean?
What are you getting at, Jill?
Well, I wanted to apologize for the way I acted at the party. You know, at Mac's place.
Oh, that. Nah, don't be silly. I had a lot to drink that night, and I was probably out of line.
Oh, no, you weren't, really. I was irritable. I was disappointed because the experiment didn't work out right.
You mean that witch thing? Oh, you really didn't expect that to work, did you?
No, but I...
Everybody knows there's no such thing as witches.
Well, anyway, I'm sorry. Hey, I've been thinking. Maybe you and I ought to get together sometime.
You mean it, Jill? You and me?
Oh, you interest me, Harry, and I thought, well, we could just sometime...
Sometime, huh? Well, what's wrong with tonight?
How could we possibly manage it? I mean, I'm with Alan and Sharon.
Listen, Jill. Like you said, we both know what we want. There's nothing to keep us from leaving right now.
I've never walked out on a date before. Why not? Let's go. Oh, wait, Harry, I forgot something. I have to do something, and I do want to change clothes. I have a surprise for you.
A surprise? Well, okay. Do you want me to meet you at your place later?
Oh, no, Alan might come there later looking for me. Why don't I meet you somewhere else?
All right, just tell me where and when.
Do you know that grove of trees behind the stadium? I can meet you there around 12 midnight.
Oh, yeah, fine. I'll be there. That's just an appetizer. Jill? Jill? Jill?
How thoughtful. You brought a blanket. Well, put it down over there. Go on.
You look terrific.
I brought something for you. Us.
Is that my surprise?
It's part of it. Sit down, Harry. Here. Have some.
Well, how about you?
In a moment.
Okay. Cheers.
so do not try. You can do nothing. Nothing whatsoever except at my will and my command.
And beseech my Lord Lucifer that you inscribe my name in the book of death.
And I will pay tribute to him each 12 months, my liege Lord Satan.
And that I will pay tribute to him each 12-month, my liege Lord Satan.
Accept his mark upon my body.
Accept his mark upon my body.
And submit myself to him in body and soul.
And submit myself to him in body and soul.
Forever into eternity.
Forever into eternity.
Done in hell, the council of devils.
Max, she got away from me. I think she took Harry.
Where do you think they went?
I'm not sure. It looked like she was heading for the stadium. Well, Harry's car was going down Highland last I saw of him.
Where does Harry go to make out?
The Grove. They went to the Grove.
All right, let's get out of here. She mentioned the Grove when we drew her that map.
Awake, honor thy vow.
Oh. No. No!
Alan, don't touch anything.
My God, Mac. Look.
Jill couldn't have done that. She isn't strong enough.
Jill Weedno couldn't have done it. Mac, let's get out of here. There's nothing we can do for the poor guy now, and there's no way we're going to explain this to the police.
If we could, the only thing we could tell them would be that Jill is responsible.
Come on, Mac, let's go.
Alan.
Look.
Why, poor Harry was from Baltimore. I didn't know that.
Why Harry? Why would you want to kill Harry? He had nothing to do with all this.
My dear Alan, if your little friend has murderous impulses, you can hardly blame it on me. Or call the police if you feel you must. I can always get away. It's only your Jill who can't.
Alan, wait. Just how much longer are you going to be with us?
Until I've done what I've come to do, and I will complete my purpose. You will not stop me. You can't stop me. I am Jill for as long as I must be, and as long as I am, you're helpless. Do not forget that. Perhaps it will not be so much longer.
You did it. It's your fault that he was there. You killed Harry.
Sharon, I know how you feel, but you're wrong. It's terrible what happened to Harry. I understand how you feel.
You couldn't understand.
He loved you, Sharon. He told me last night.
How can I believe what you say?
You've been so close to him, you probably didn't see. Harry grew up a lot in the last year. He became more mature, more serious, certainly more serious about you. He wanted to marry you, Sharon. He wanted me to tell him how to say it. The truth is, Sharon, he wanted to marry you. He wanted to propose to you. But he didn't know how.
Did he really say that?
He did. He was happy. He was happy when I left him. Happy he would see you this morning. He could hardly wait.
Oh, Jill.
Oh, come on, Sharon. Take a bit of this. Come on, try to be strong. You wouldn't want Harry to know that you cried, would you? Here. Just take a drink of this for Harry. A fitting memoriam. Yes, you can be with Harry, Sharon. Will be. Don't be afraid. Just do as I say. That is all you can do. At my command, you will speak and you will walk. Oh, such joys you never dreamed when you are one of the devil's brotherhood. You will be grateful forever when you are entered into our coven. You will be honored with us. Come. Now. It is time.
Listen to this. Sweet flag, mandrake, roots of aristolochia, great and small cardamom.
Great and small?
Great and small. Ginger, long pepper, clove pink, cinnamon, cloves, mace, nutmeg, benzoin, aloe, root and wood, and fragrant sandal.
What is all that stuff?
Herbs. Stimulants, mostly. And aphrodisiacs. Supposed to drive out evil spirits.
Well, how does it work?
You brew it in 3 1/2 quarts of brandy and water. Proportions unspecified. After that, who knows? Drink it yourself? Pour it on the evil spirit? Rub it in your hair? Our reporter forgot to tell us anymore. Of course, it's been copied wrong. Or somebody tampered with the formula later. It's not aloe root, only the wood. And they left out cupeb seed.
Accept his mark upon my body.
Accept his mark upon my body.
Submit myself to him in body and soul.
Submit myself to him in body and soul.
Forever into eternity.
Forever into eternity.
Done in hell. The council of the devils.
Honor thy vow.
Hey, Mac, I may have something here. It looks... Shadows upon shadows, encircling the unholy one with the sign of the holy. Hey, Mac, wake up.
I'm sorry, Alan. I must have dropped off.
Mac, look at this.
What?
I just saw your hand write this.
Alan, this is no time to kid around. That's not my handwriting.
All I know is I watched you write it.
Maybe this is it. Shadows upon shadows, encircling the unholy one with the sign of the holy.
Ladies, step back, please. Make room here now. Okay, it's coming through. All right. Good discovery, buddy.
Unit 12 can use. Go ahead, Unit 12. Bob, we got a pretty bad one out here. I just arrived a few moments ago. I thought I would check with you. I'm going to do you 2 reports. I'll do one for the 55, and then I'll do a little bit longer one for the roundup later on this evening. This is a white female in her early 20s. It seems to be some kind of ritualistic murder. I say murder. The ambulance has picked her up. They are running code 3 to the county hospital, but I believe that she was 12 on the scene out here. I think she'll be DOA. Her name, according to identification on the body, was Sharon Hargrave, but withhold that name. The county medical examiner will have to clear that later, pending notification of her family. I don't know whether they're from here in town or whether she lives in some other city. But she had all I could see was a lot of blood on the ground, kind of a gory thing out here. We'll have to play that up a little bit in the story, and so let me get around here and talk to some of these people, but meanwhile, let me give you one for the 55. Why don't you roll me a tape?
Go ahead, Unit 12, tape rolling. A blaze of auto lights cut through the misty night here in the groves just behind University Field. Bathed in the lights is a body looking small and lonely, covered with a sheet. Underneath that sheet is the mutilated body of a blonde university co-ed. It's a scene that brought tears to the eyes and oaths to the throats of many veteran homicide detectives. A quick examination of the body revealed that on the right above, in a ritualistic...
Okay, fella. Hit the floor. We have a lot to do today.
I must have just passed out. I don't even remember going to sleep.
Well, you can't exercise witches on an empty stomach. How do you like your eggs? Over easy?
Just give me some coffee. You know, if we could just get her to tell us what she's going to do next. I mean, maybe Harry was enough. She said she had a mission, a thing she had to do. Maybe she's done it. I don't see why we just don't ask her what she's going to...
Dr. Stewart here. Yes. What? When? Do they have any idea what... I see. Thank you for calling.
Mac? What?
Sharon. They found her body in the grove last night. She's dead. Just like Harry.
You know we've got to. Good Lord. 2 murders.
Oh, really, gentlemen? I haven't murdered anybody. I can't help it if you're 20th century people are so fragile. Now, we were much stronger stuff, McIntyre.
Let's just get this straight right now. We're not standing by while you kill at random. Now, if it means turning you or Jill into the police, we're doing it, and now.
Very well, I have accomplished the purpose for which I was sent. I have no further need for this Jill of yours.
Then what can we do? How do we get her back?
Oh, I'm afraid we must reverse the charm. You don't just snap your fingers or wave a wand. Actually, you're in luck, you know. Tomorrow, the signs are right. You may have had to wait until the next full moon. But it will work tomorrow.
You said reverse the charm? Does that mean all those people have to be here? The whole group?
No, that's not essential. If we could have a token, a symbol, an object, that would be enough.
What kind of object?
Oh, a ring, a shoe, a piece of clothing, no matter. Just something to represent them in the circle. I would rather they were not here, really. It becomes a distraction.
The hardware store was closed, Mac, so I had to go to one of those driving grocery stores. This was all the extension cord I could get. Will it be enough?
Yeah, I think so.
Mac, is it gonna work?
I don't know. Look, maybe she means it. Maybe she will bring Jill back.
But you don't think so?
No, I don't think so. She's certainly given us no reason to trust her. No, I think she has something else in mind. God knows what. Now give me an object of yours.
What do you mean?
There's no reason for you to be here. Give me an object and get out of here.
No, I'm not leaving. She's my girl. They were my friends. There's no way I could leave.
All right. I think this thing will work. But I don't know for sure. She's due here at 10. It's set to go off at 10:15. If she's on the level, I'll switch it off before then. If she is planning something, we'll just have to hope this thing does what it's supposed to do.
Look. Look, you know what you're doing. I know. All this stuff. Well, it's gonna do the job for us.
With the automatic timer, it'll do something. Whether we're able to or not.
North and south and west and east. Devil's brother, mark me well. Prepare my throne for me in hell. Readmit me to the feast. With this cup, we seal our vow. Long remembered, long be known. Greet me, priestess, as your own. I bring you the steward now.
Blessed be. Ancient ones, come forth at my command. Revel with your sister in her triumph on earth. Reinforce our circle, which renews its strength tonight. Our curse laid black and heavy upon the steward. And tonight, he returns among us. Ours, forever. I call forth my coven, those 10 remaining faithful in our vows. These many centuries. 2 I delivered unto you. And at long and bitter last, himself, who worked our evil unto foul betrayal and shameful death. My bloodkin of the coven, raise high the power of the magic of your witch names, and take this world, for we shall rule, and we alone. Mahonin of the 3rd hierarchy, 2nd order of archangels, return thee unto the earth. Dagon, my prince, your long half-death is ended. Belphegor, Caladeth, Asmodeus, Arphaxad, Calcanex, Aladonis, honored one, Leviathan, come forth. Our converts answer to your witch names now. Belberith, take your place in our circle here for the first time and forevermore. Ansitef, come forth. You laughed the day I hanged Stuart. Oh no, not even that. I could have laughed with you, but you stood there unmoved, so cold, unpitying, nor yet remembered what we two had been. I was the stronger than McIntyre. You see that now? I've come to take you back through years of time. Time's nothing to the devil's favored child.
Out of here. Ellen, get the cross. She's closing her eyes.